What's good, my peoples? Just wanted to make a short video because I haven't spoken up in a while, and just wanted to keep y'all posted on this versus shit I just saw. Um, you know what I think is really interesting? I think this is the most lopsided versus battle that's about to happen, maybe in versus history. Jada is absolutely going to wash Fabulous. Wash. Not just like beat him. I think he's going to wash him. If Jada plays remotely any of the great songs that he has, he'll wash Fabulous. They're not even close in caliber, I'm sorry. And I'm not even sure why Jada would agree to this battle. It's not like those two are remotely in the same league. They're really not. Like, Fabulous is low tier rap. He makes that low level, you know, simple shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very image driven. It's just like, the classic New York dude wannabe type rapper that gets bottle service at the club, smoking hookah type shit. It's like there's nothing else really going on with his music. Whereas Jada is a very creative cat and has made some very interesting records and says a lot of interesting shit. Even when he's stunting, you know what I'm saying, come through in the Aston was a Vanquish, the color of dandruff or some shit. Like, he'll say some fly shit, and it's like kind of like, oh, that's different. And he's just a different type of cat. So I don't know why Jada would have agreed to this. But I do think it's interesting. Maybe the flip side of this is that once Jada washes Fab, it then becomes obvious that you really can't put Swizz. I'm so sorry, I said it. Um, I meant to say Jada. You can't put Jada, Fabulous, Paul Kane, Saigon, whatever you think are NY 2000s fitted hat radio freestyle ass niggas, put them all together because they're just not the same. They're not the same caliber. Jada's in a whole nother level above Fabulous, whole other level. And I'm not talking about fame and notoriety because that's not, we don't care about that. I'm talking about just straight bars, music, the whole shit, right? Like, Jada is one of the greatest rappers ever. He's in the top 100, top 50. Fabulous is not top 50, probably not even top 100. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just not even close. A closer and more interesting battle would have been Jada versus Mace. Both are bad boy, both kind of, spit that hard shit but can make decent songs here and there. And that would have been more interesting because at the end of the day, Fabulous is basically a Mace clone. So, like, why am I even paying attention to this battle, honestly? Um, I'm only, curious to hear it so that I can hear All for the Love, which murders anything Fabulous has ever made. Still Feel Me, which murders anything Fabulous has ever made. Knock Yourself Out, which murders anything Fabulous has ever made. Those three songs alone murder anything Fab has ever made. Let me say that again. Those three songs alone murder anything Fab has ever made. Okay? He plays By Your Side, which is dope. We gonna make it. He plays Recognize, or some of the stuff that he does with the locks, like his verses Right Where You Stand, Made You Look. Come on, man. Come on. What's Fab gonna play? What the fuck does Fab have? Let's be honest. You know what I'm saying? Fab has what? Like Youngin, Holla Back? That's cute. It's okay, but even radio single wise, Knock Yourself Out was a better song. It's a doper song, and it's lasted longer than Holla Back, which you don't hear. Um, he's gonna play Can't Deny It. I can't deny it. I mean, that was cute again back then, but nobody listens to that record now, right? Breathe, that was never dope. That was like, it's not horrible, but it's not great either. Okay, Fab fans like to think it's like this amazing song. It's really not. It never was. Um, what else? Didn't he have some song called "This Is the Party" or some shit? I can't remember. This is my party. I mean, get high if you want to. Uh, Again, that's okay. His verse on "Say It's Your Birthday," that shit with Trey Songs. Fabulous was kind of the weakest part of that song. I mean, again, this is low level rap shit, man. And you can't really talk about. Oh, sorry, I meant to mention "So Into You" with Tamia. That's okay, but again, it's not really fucking with Jada shit. You know, it's so where I make her hop out and get the Duchess. You know what I'm saying? Jada got them bars, fam. Got them bars. So yeah, I don't really buy it, and I think it's gonna be a lopsided as fuck battle. I was gonna say that, um, sometimes people understand or don't understand that this versus shit is really about classics. What classics do you have, really? Classics, classic songs. We're not talking about what was a hit 20 years ago, what did casuals bump. We don't care because the casuals are gone. The casuals are always gone. Okay, when the shit is not relevant no more. But what lasts the test of time? Can't deny it might have been a radio smash back then or whatever Fabulous had, but you're not playing that right now. Like, nobody cares. Whereas Still Feel Me, which wasn't a radio record by any stretch of the imagination, right now still get that heart flowing. And you can actually see motherfuckers, young niggas today that are copying or biting or at least sort of like referencing or sampling Still Feel Me. You want examples? Kodak Black, I think, had a video where he was driving, bumping Still Feel Me. You know what I'm saying? I think, was it Lil Bibby, one of these Chicago drill dudes, basically did a Still Feel Me, like, revisit. And this is new. This is like within the last like year or two. So that's what I'm talking about. It's about classics. It's about the shit that is just great music that stands the test of time. We don't care about what was a radio hit. Casuals might care about that stuff, but again, the casuals are not around. We don't care what casuals think. Don't get it twisted. This is hip hop. This is the battle culture. This is the real shit. The real shit is what's gonna always hit you. The radio shit, that's cool. But unless it's really great radio shit, Knock Yourself Out is a great radio record. And it hits. It still hits. It's still dope. Like, I've been out literally in the last year and heard that shit playing somewhere. And been like, oh, you know what I'm saying? And even in the video when the dudes knock yourself out, you know what I mean? The way they be dancing in the video. It's dope. That's classic. It was a radio record, but it's a very good radio record. Right? Whereas a lot of the stuff that Fab was putting out back then doesn't stand the test of time. And I think Jada's going to wash him, honestly. You might feel different. Let me know if you feel different. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have your opinion. But I think this is very lopsided. And in a way, I can't wait for the excuses. I mean, when Jada burns this dude, it's going to be like, oh, but, Fabulous, you got to play his mixtape joints, like, that's the real Fab. If you're not playing his mixtape joints, you're not playing the real Fab. Fuck out of here. Those mixtape joints are not dope either. Oh, you're not playing Fab. His radio freestyles. His radio freestyles is crazy. Nah, they're not that dope either. Okay? This is hip hop, man. I don't look at what your freestyles are on the radio to judge how dope you are as an artist. I'm sorry. I never was into that freestyle shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that shit got taken over big time by the sort of casual bars community. You know what I mean? Like Nas, Jada, like them cats, they did freestyles on the radio and they were dope. You know what I'm saying? They were interesting. And it's just, and it wasn't like all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Stretch and Bobbito. It's like this thing that like Stretch and Bobbito was doing and it was original and cool back then. And then casuals came and just kind of watered it down. And now it's like, oh, like you're a dope rapper if you can split on the Shook Ones instrumental. Like, really? That makes you a dope rapper? Come on. So, there'll be excuses. Oh, like blah blah. The crowd is biased. Jada has relationships with people. Whatever excuse I'm hearing from Fab stands, I'm sure I can just picture it. But they're not going to accept the fact that Jada's always been a better rapper by far. He's just more imaginative. He raps on better beats. Like, I'm not saying that Jada has like the craziest catalog ever, but he is one of those guys that has a ton of skill, and he has displayed that skill more than enough times in various songs that make you go, yeah, this guy's dope. He's one of the best to do it. And Fab has never done it. I do think it'd be interesting if they played Fantastic Four Part 2. That was always my shit. And you know what's funny? Fab might have the better verse on that record. Maybe. I don't know. That one's kind of close. That might be an interesting one because I actually did like Fab's verse on Fantastic Four Part 2. I think Fab was one of the better ones. I mean, they were all fantastic on that record. Cam, of course, bodied everybody. But I'd say like the first person that was really dope was Cam. Then I'd give it to maybe Nature and then Fab because Fab kind of closed it out. So that might be an interesting thing if they both play their verses, because that's gone on to become like a classic record. Again, that's a classic. I mean, when we heard it back then, we knew that shit was hot. We knew it was hot. Like it was just fire. We were just like, this record is fire. It stood the test of time because it was fire as fuck. It's not about how many spins it got on radio, none of that. We didn't care about that shit. We just liked it. So I don't know, man. I'm thinking that this battle is very much a Jada wins kind of battle. And Jada starts pulling out them primo joints he did. Ain't none of y'all better. And oof, it's going to be ugly. Anyway, peace.